gets dark.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the DemonPeaks podcast, dirtiest place this side of the Roadhouse, the only podcast in the entirety of the internet to hear about the show Twin Peaks. I'm, of course, DemonPeaks, Sean. This is GothPeaks. Adam, say hello, Adam.
Hello, everybody.
On today's show, we're going to talk about Twin Peaks, Season 1, Episode 6, Realization Time. Before we start, we don't realize anything in this fucking episode. No conclusions given. I want to give a shout out to the people who did our opening song, Lula is in Trouble. Song is Midnight Coffee. If you're on the YouTubes, where we want you to be, subscribe now. But also our logo and artwork were done by Corvette Days. Find them on Etsy. They do amazing work. The show opening was done by Goth himself. And I say every 2 weeks, every fortnight, that I love it. Good job.
Thank you.
I don't know what format you're listening to on, but it's offered on the YouTubes. Like I said, look for DemonPeaks podcast and Anchor, Spotify, etc., etc.
I still don't know what else it's on.
Yeah, no one gives a shit. Please check out our Instagrams, DemonPeaks, GothPeaks. You have to check him out. He has enough followers, but you can go ahead and get on me. I'm at 5G now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Congrats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, why don't you go ahead and put the thing for our show into your bio?
I will. You know what? I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm gonna set up a link tree. I promise.
I'm like, yeah, people, you're more popular. That makes more sense.
I know. You're right. It's fucking stupid that I haven't done that already.
Okay, this episode came out May 17th, 1990. Directed by Caleb Deschanel, father of Zoe and Emily Deschanel. Mm-hmm. I just did when we talked about this, we haven't recorded for like a month and a half. That's why I look so different. I got a haircut. I'm a whole new person. But by the time when we originally did this, I had done a meme about Coral being Zoe Deschanel because she looks so much like her. What a useless woman, both of them, Coral and Coral's Wholesome Peaks and Zoe Deschanel.
Deschanel.
I don't care for her. I don't like her.
Are you purposely saying?
Yes, I'm intentionally saying her name incorrectly. Caleb is mostly a cinematographer. He worked on a lot of stuff. National Treasure, The Patriot, The Passion of Christ. So he's an anti-Semite. Episode was written.
National Treasure is a national treasure.
Sean Bean's in it. I love some Sean Bean.
Yeah, so exactly.
I've got no problem with Sean Bean.
Yeah.
Episode was written by Harley Payton. Talked about him before. I'm not going to go over him again. He was executive producer on the hit or miss show Channel Zero. Before we get into this, let's talk about some Twin Peaks actors. James Christoni, the guy who plays Deputy Jesse in The Return, is a fan of mine.
Oh yeah,
he did. Talked about me on another people's podcast, and he did a thing for me, a shout out for me, and he's a nice guy. And George Griffin is a fan of yours, a fan of both of ours, but you met him the other day.
Yeah, I finally got to meet the guy at a Nick Cave show of all things too.
At a Nicholas Cave show.
Nicholas Cave, yeah. It was wild, man. He was super nice, really personable.
He seems like the nicest dude.
He's very cool, man.
He likes all of our stuff. He likes our memes. He likes
very supportive.
He's a very nice guy.
I don't know. Have you seen his movie yet? I think it's called From the Head.
Is it a new movie you did?
No. I think he did this movie. Fuck. I feel bad for not knowing enough about it. I think 6 6, 7 years ago. I could be wrong, but this is a movie that I believe Lynch saw and then wanted him for
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
part.
You know what? We talked about this, but I've never seen the movie.
Okay, yeah,
We had discussed it.
I fucking I ended up renting it one night, but I think I waited too long to watch it. I think I
What a
didn't
dumb.
make the time.
You only get like 24 hours or whatever.
Yeah, and I don't want that to happen again. So I bought it. So I just gotta get around to watching it. But yeah, no, it looks like a fucking great movie too. Like one of those really cool middle of the road indie films that we love, you know. So. Yeah.
Sorry. I want to say something about Mr. So I need to watch that. We need both need to watch that and come back and talk about it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
I want to say something about Mr. James Christoni. Go to his Cameo. And you know what? If you go ahead and tell him to shout out me and you, we'll give you a shout out on this show. We'll do a meme for you, right?
Oh yeah, personal meme.
Tell him to shout out the Dark Peaks podcast or DemonPeaks. Don't shout out GothPeaks. No one likes him.
No, I don't like myself either.
No. I was good. You know, I have these notes, and like I said, we haven't recorded for a month and a half because this guy here, he had erectile dysfunction issues. He had to get some men's pills. Men's, if you're listening, we will sponsor you. Yeah, blue. Yeah, whatever it is, we'll sponsor
for
you.
Him.
For him, hymns is what it is. Hymns. If you're listening, you saved GothPeaks from a dill of a pickle.
Thank you.
Yeah, he has. You were having
get boners again.
You were having emotional problems.
Yeah.
I have here that I was very satisfied with the last show. I don't fucking remember what the hell the last show was that we did.
I think so. Oh no, our last one was a fucking personal favorite of mine. It was the Warren Ellis one.
Nina Simone's gum. Yes, quite good. Quite good.
Yes, I love that one.
So I obviously got a haircut, and I told you this before, but I'll tell the people.
You look handsome.
Thank you. I look like a person. People are like, you look less homeless, less scary.
Yeah, a lot less homeless, a lot less.
I clean up pretty good. You'd be surprised.
You do, sir.
I'm actually quite handsome. The barber, I go.
You can't even tell with mine. I took fucking like 5 inches off my shit.
Really?
Well, you can't tell though.
No, it looks good. It looks more full. You have a fuller mane.
I need to grow back healthy, man, because I fucking
split ends.
Shit get all yeah, absolutely.
We are not gentlemen who take care of ourselves in the right way. I feel like
no, it's embarrassing, dude.
Whatever. I'll give a shit.
I am someone who has to fucking put up with it.
Well, you also your lady she cuts hair.
Yeah, I know, but like, come on, she has to have another client at home too.
Yeah, yes. I'll have you know.
Help me
every broad,
healthy, though.
Every broad before I got married were beauty school girls. They all cut hair. I didn't pay for a fucking haircut for 28 years.
Dude, I haven't paid for a haircut. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get them often, but
I'd be longer than that, actually. Yeah, so like 30 years I didn't pay for a goddamn haircut. Then I get married and she goes, I don't fucking cut hair. Go get a goddamn haircut. I said, what am I supposed to do here?
Hey, but then you found your barber, right?
Yeah, I go to the African American barbershop. They're great, fantastic people. They take care of me like a gentleman. Like, he told me when I was in there, he told me, he said, hey man, don't let this happen again to your hair. He said, you can call me
he
personally.
Took it personally, dude.
He said, you can call me personally if you need to talk. So that's how long it was. He was upset.
Yeah, dude, my shit was looking pretty rugged too. So
we were looking rough. We're now in the golden age.
Well, dude, I also wanted to look really nice and fresh for Nick Cave, you know, for seeing.
He probably noticed. I'm sure Nick appreciated it that you took the time.
Hey man, he acknowledged me. So,
he did.
Yes.
He said, "Look at that cunt right over there."
No, he didn't call me a cunt. He said,
he was thinking
no, you don't know him, man. I was there.
I've seen him plenty of times. What are you talking about?
I do know, but I was there that night, and you weren't there with me. So you were.
I wouldn't be there with you.
Off. Yeah.
I was jerking off. I was jerking off. Is that what you said?
Yes.
You don't know what I do in my private time.
Yeah, you do private jerk off shit in your private time.
I'm on a 30-day no cum thing here right now.
That's stupid.
You don't know what I'm about.
You need to come. You need to come.
You don't need to. It's a myth. It's a myth.
You gotta come.
Uh, I actually want to give another shout out to another guy, Eudoxia Mysteries, one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. He started following me. Very nice guy.
Oh,
He does
nice.
he does a lot of like horror stuff. He does a lot of like true crime mysteries online, Reddit mystery. He's very cool. Does his research. Does a good job. He's probably not listening to this, but if you're hearing this, go ahead and follow him. He's a good guy. Eudoxia.
Yeah, I'll be sure to give him a follow too. It's always cool when people you admire give you a follow like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
And are
and
able to see what you work on.
yeah, he's a cool guy. So let's get into this episode, Twin Pickles. We come back to we left on young Audrey Horn, stewing in her juices, wanting the big D from the big D,
yeah.
Dale Cooper. And Coop handles this with a plum, I want to say.
With a plum.
And he handles her very well. He lets her down nicely. He sees she's in a vulnerable state. It's not about him, it's about her, you know.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to sleep with him because she's attracted to him, though that is part of it. She wants to because she's emotionally vulnerable.
Yeah.
So he lets her down. It's a nice moment. I think it gives a lot of character to Dale as to what kind of person that he is.
Yeah, it's one of the show's more wholesome moments for sure.
Yeah, and I think it gives you some perspective into Audrey's mindset, because she kind of is aloof a little bit about stuff, and you see the stuff does affect her. It really does hurt her to see her family in the way that she has to see them.
And you see how she the way she tries to go about making herself feel better about it too.
Yeah.
Pretty
she has some unhealthy things, and that's not her fault necessarily. So then we cut to the morning after, where we assume they talked all night. We move from one relationship issue to another, to Andy and Lucy. And this sort of is the start of Lucy has a mystery sort of thing. You know, she's on the phone and blah, 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 talking to a doctor. And you assume in a TV show, it's about pregnancy. That's the assumption. When you see a lady on the phone there's only two things anybody's ever on the phone about in TV shows. It's either cancer or a pregnancy. And that's it. It's like when someone coughs in a movie and then it's like, oh, they died. She died of cancer a week later because she had a cough, you know?
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh no, and then she's dead of the plague. Coop has his whistle here. He comes into work and he has his
I love that thing. I love that.
Yeah. And Doc Hayward is here reading a book about birds because apparently Harry cannot do that himself.
No.
Why is Doc Hayward here?
Because he's very knowledgeable about birds after
reading the book. Because he's just reading the book.
Yeah, he became very knowledgeable about the birds after reading that book about birds.
He's currently reading it while they come in. He's not even done. He doesn't know shit about birds.
Buddy, once he read that book about birds, he was very knowledgeable about the end birds, of it.
Man. So there's something that they don't get into that they mention here. Coop is afraid of birds.
You think he's afraid of birds, or he's like, I don't like birds?
Well, he says he has an aversion to them, and he's kind of like weird about it. It seems like a fear. It seems like he doesn't like birds. They're not real. We know birds aren't real. So
no,
they're fake. We all know that. Kanye said it best: robot bees, robot birds. You know, it's just the whole thing. They don't get into the bird fear, and I would love to see that explored as to why, especially because it could tie in easily to the owls.
That's what,
but they never do anything with it. So this is just me wanting to, you know.
No, but there's some missed potential there. There could have been a cool little thing to chase over there.
It would have been a nice, just
a small little fear of birds built into some of the good characters in the show. You know, as a way
it was a town-wide kind of thing. They're suspicious.
Yeah,
of birds.
Exactly. Kind of like with the hand that we see that later. You know.
Yeah, and it would have given some weight to the beginning of the show at the shot of the bird.
Yeah, exactly.
As a horror implement. See, we've this whole different show now.
I'm going to have a great meme about birds posted by the time this fucking episode is out.
That's right. Several weeks after you've posted that, we will have a meme.
It's so stupid.
And then we go to so we know who's at the cabin. We know what's going on. They put a voice activated tape there, and there's a picture of Waldo on a broad shoulder. That's clearly Laura. You see her blonde hair, but Harry's like, oh, who do you think what shoulder do you think he's on? It's Laura Palmer. It's obviously Laura Palmer. It's what she looks like. Are you kidding me?
Harry's weed is really good.
Yeah. And we go into something here. Hawk comes in. He says he knows Jacques Renault is at One-Eyed Jack's.
Mm-hmm.
He knows it. Okay, but we remember Ben Horn didn't know that Jacques was at One-Eyed Jack's, a place he owns, but Hawk knows it.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Because Ben's like, Jacques Renault has no idea that he works there at all. But some Hawk knows it. It's what's the guy's fucking casino?
Because he has eyes on everything like a hawk.
Whatever. It's just whatever. And Coop actively once again supports the wrong kind of justice. The Bookhouse boys.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I mean, he just had a whole thing about
upholding
a certain moral code with the bureau. But then you're gonna go through the Bookhouse boys to fucking
go to Canada. And you're in the FBI. You could talk to people in Canada. You probably have some. There's probably some sort of thing we have with Canada that would be talk to Interpol, talk to something. I don't think it would be that big of a stretch to go right across, especially because it's right across the border. I think there's some jurisdiction would be easy to do. That guy, and also if Jacques fled from America to Canada, we have extradition with Canada.
Exactly. Yeah, so I don't know why. I'm sure he has resources, so I'm sure that he has people.
Literally the entirety of the FBI.
He can absolutely expedite that process. So
and it's not like his boss is on his side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Gordon would be like, absolutely, whatever you need. We'll call whatever you want to do. We'll do whatever you got to do. Like, this is just bad. This is just bad policing.
Yeah.
So Bobby, we got to Leo's house, and Bobby is going to get some strange. But Leo is into cuckolding, so he's watching from a distance.
with a sniper scope.
Yeah, he doesn't shoot Bobby here for some reason. We don't know why. Shelly's Leo's all busted up. Shelly shot him in the arm, apparently, in the last episode. And he's going to shoot Bobby. Doesn't. Shelly's all broken up over the Leo shooting, and Bobby is surprised. Like, this is like their sexual fantasy, but like they're not quite. They were talking about it. You should shoot Leo, and they're sexy with the gun, and then she does it.
He was. I didn't really get the impression that he was too surprised. I thought he was just kind of just trying to be there for her as she was like, because she displayed some genuine fear.
Yeah. And Shelly's a really good crier, like not an ugly crier. She's people ugly cry. She's a very nice looking crier. I can't get an erection to an ugly crier. I need a regular, nice looking broad crier.
Oh, you need.
I need the makeup running and a whole 9 yards.
You need attractive tears. Okay. Jesus Christ.
And we go to Leo, where Lucy's on the CB talking about Waldo.
Yeah, why the fuck was she? Yeah, I didn't really understand that. I thought that fucking, because I wouldn't understand why Lucy would be talking about that on that radio.
Well, who was she talking to?
I thought, dude, for some reason in my head, I thought Leo was fucking, freaking Inspector Gadget enough to have some kind of random fucking microphone set up somewhere.
No, because that's not the case. CB. So it's a CB. Like,
yeah, of course that's the fucking thing. But yeah, I don't understand why she was talking about that on the radio. And
to whom? Even if it's on the police frequency, like, who would you be talking to? All of them are there.
Yeah, that was a little silly, but
it just didn't make any sense. Because then it gets Leo to go. Then we go to the trio of idiots, James and Maddie and Tono. And we get to hear Laura's sex tapes to Jacoby. And I don't know. I wouldn't want my friends listening to my sex tapes. This is a little bit rude.
No.
And the implications, they implicate Jacoby in a lot of stuff here. Laura was 17. And even if she was 18, she's a patient.
Yeah, still.
Not
good.
And James is like, I can't listen to Laura saying harder because he's getting hard. And these three should not be fucking doing anything. They're idiots. They couldn't sharpen a fucking pencil. You know what I mean? Like, their idea is to convince him Laura's alive.
That's stupid. I don't fucking understand their thought process.
You have a tape. Take it to the cops. You have the tape implicating Jacoby.
That's all they need. They want to fucking do it themselves.
What are they to do? What? None of this is
I don't
admissible
know.
in a court of law if they catch him. You can't Scooby-Doo your way into this.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't know. And we go to Audrey at the perfume counter, and I love this.
I love her here, dude. She's fucking fantastic here.
And I think nowadays you would see this on like Instagram or TikTok or anything. People just being done with their bullshit job, and just this would go viral with just the way she treats this lady.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
you see it with like the subtitles, the closed captions in the bottom of the video and everything.
And just the perfume is a fashion accessory to the old broad, and yeah, and then she storms away. Where are you going, bitch? This is the only place to shop in town.
She's gonna drive all the way out into some other city.
And then something very strange happens. She goes to Emery's office, okay? And there's a guy standing there. And she tells the guy that there was a bad accident, and he looks really, really excited about it.
I didn't notice that. No, but
He's
I'm
probably
gonna look back.
Why does it make him leave?
He gets excited. He gets to fucking do something about it. He thinks he has to do something about it.
Dude, what? He's like stocking a shelf. Why would he need to go be involved in a bad accident outside?
He's staff.
What's it got to do with outside?
He's staff. I don't know.
Like it's the strangest reason to make a guy leave, because he doesn't even like, he's not like, oh, I got to do that. He's like, oh, there's an accident. Oh my.
Maybe it just gave him an excuse to leave the bullshit stocking of the shelves.
Why would that make him leave? I don't get it.
He fucking gave himself a reason to.
Yeah, she wasn't like, go take care of this. She was like, there's an accident outside. Okay. Like if I was working at a store and someone was like, there's an accident outside, like, is everybody okay? Like, do you want me to call somebody? What the fuck am I gonna do about it?
Yeah. No, I had that when I used to work at a department store where they told me there's an accident somewhere.
I'm like, okay. Was someone called? Because I can't help.
Yeah, dude.
And then she goes into the closet and starts smoking.
Does nobody ever fucking smell the cigarette smoke? You know, everyone's so used to everyone smoking all the time that they're.
I guess, but there's smoke coming out of my closet door. I might note it because she's smoking right by the door. She's like, she's puffing it right out the fucking door.
Yeah,
whatever. No one notices. She smokes his cigarettes.
Brand. You can't smell them.
She's also smoking his cigarettes.
I didn't notice that.
She takes a cigarette from his drawer and starts smoking it.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. I thought she had her own.
And then we go to Jenny and Emery, and he gives her the unenthusiastic crystal unicorn. Yeah. And he's like, not many girls qualify to be whores. Yeah, no, you're like all of them do. You're a whore. Like, it's fine. And then he's like, hospitality girl, you'd be a great whore, Jenny. Like, it's just, and Jenny just goes, as long as they're wealthy, I'll be a whore. She has got no care about any of this. They leave, and Audrey goes through Emery's book, and he has a heart system to rank the girls, if you noticed. Mostly 1s to 3s. We do see Ronette Pulaski. She gets a 4. So we know she's a quality hospitality girl.
Yeah.
She's the only other girl with a 4. There's one other girl. We don't see it. We don't see Laura's name. I assume Laura would be a 4 or 5 on this.
I would assume so as well.
We go to the double R. And Hank says something weird here. They're talking, and then he's like, who's Ed?
Oh, yeah.
They went to high school together.
Yeah, that's a strange thing. He's just being
I guess he's just being a dick, but like, it was just a weird thing for him to
It's a weird way to be a dick. So that's the only thing.
The guy we've known for 40 years, we went to high school together with him. I dated him, and then he's married, and he runs the only gas station in town. What do you mean, who's Ed? You know him. You know him. You're friends with him. Like, yeah. It's the lazy.
That was a pretty fucking stupid thing to say. Now I have this impression of him as Hank as like a grown up James gone down a wrong path.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Who's Laura? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, you know damn well who that is.
That's a
And then
fucking nice day for a picnic line, dude. That's fucking
and like they're
ridiculous.
trying to show like Hank be shitty by not knowing who that is and stealing a lighter, but it's the laziest attempt to show us that he's shitty. Like, these are not.
And then the
landing.
fucking I'm better with faces than I am with names.
Shit.
Like, what does that mean?
What are you talking about? Yeah, like. And then Coop and Harry come in. And
Mhm.
why is Coop here? This is not FBI stuff. This is general mediocre parole duty.
Well, what is this? What are they doing again here?
They getting Hank to sign off for his parole thing that he has to
Oh
come
yeah,
to the
well, I
station.
think Coop's just fucking tagging along for everything. He's just and like,
Why is Harry doing it?
I don't
Send
know.
anybody else to do this. This is not your job.
I don't know, man. Do Harry and Hank have any history at all, or no?
Yeah, he was a bookhouse boy. Hank was a bookhouse boy.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he wanted to
I mean, I get it's just
personally fucking because fucking what's his name? Truman's not the most fucking mature guy.
no, but I mean, like, there's nothing else to do in this town, like solve this murder.
He's letting that get in the way of
His pettiness. Like,
yeah.
I think about Police Chief Wiggum from The Simpsons. There's one episode where he's talking to them and he's like, a police chief doesn't normally come on this many crimes with you guys, on this many cases with you guys. And they're like, yeah, we know, Chief. Thank you. And it makes me think, like, why is it's not your job? Then we get the iconic once a day, every day line,
Right.
which I live by, and if you know me, that's your treat for the day, knowing me.
Oh.
Every day. Yeah.
So that's all I get, huh?
Well, this is for anybody who knows me. If you talk to me in a day, that's your treat. There it is.
So they learn to acknowledge that the first thing in the morning, and that's the high point of their day. It doesn't
High
get
point
any
of the
better
day.
than that.
Whatever
Doesn't get
day
any
you
better
wake
than
up,
that,
you
does it?
think, I know
Oh, Jesus
Sean or
Christ. Go
DemonPeaks,
fuck
whatever you know me
yourself.
as. Yeah.
Shut up. You fucking
Cooper makes coffee seem delicious. I hate coffee, but he makes it seem like it's the best fucking thing.
It's his enthusiasm, right? He loves that
Yeah.
shit.
It's like when you see like a frosty beer in a TV show or something, and you're like, man, beer tastes like shit. Like that, but looks really good.
It's because you want to feel what they're feeling about
Yeah.
it.
Or the pizzas from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon always looked really good.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm still longing for a pizza that looks as good as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, the cartoon pizza.
That was a damn good looking pizza.
Yeah. And then
you know what? Also, yeah, never mind. Actually,
okay, what are you gonna say?
No, I always fucking. I don't know why I always do this. I was about to say that the pizza in Daria looks great too, but I always fucking try and refrain.
Go back to Daria. Get back to the Daria well a lot.
I don't know why I keep doing
You
that.
have a hankering for it,
I'm
huh?
sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry.
For those who don't know, do you want to tell them what we're talking about?
Yeah, your deceased.
My dead wife.
Yeah.
had a striking similarity to like a more attractive version of Daria. And you saw a picture of her, and then the next day you posted a Daria meme.
I'm so sorry.
Really?
No, I'm never gonna not think about that every time I freaking post Daria meme now. I'm gonna have.
It was the next day. You were like, she looks a lot like Daria, and I'm like, yeah, I know. And then
was
you
it
were
the
like,
next day?
It was the next day. Yes, it was like the next day.
I'm very
yes.
sorry.
And then I don't care. But you even said you're like, she looks a lot like Daria, and then you're like, you know what? That's a great idea.
It may have awakened something in me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that.
Well, I can't watch Daria without getting a raging erection.
Well, that's a good thing then, right?
To Audrey,
it's an erection that you would have to lubricate with your own tears as well, right?
I mean, tears are a bit salty, I have extra salty tears. I have,
and knowing you definitely have some wounds on your genitalia.
Yeah.
So
Well, no, you know what?
well for you.
I've seen drawings of my genitalia, as I mentioned, and it's not bad. It looks
okay.
in drawing form. It's quite nice.
It's drawn without all the wounds.
There's no outside of the tip. and maybe one other place. There's not a lot of wounds on my genitalia. You'd be, yeah, maybe there's a cut on the balls as well.
Oh man.
But that's neither here nor there. So it's not too mangled.
Glad to hear it, buddy.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, you went pee-pee? Good job, buddy. Awesome. All right. Thumbs up. Good night, buddy. Love you. Okay. Good night, buddy. Love you.
He hits a pitch.
All right.
That was Adam's son.
Yeah, he was very proud that he went pee-pee.
Yeah, is he just now like?
Yeah, you know, he's late to the potty train and everything. So, but he's been picking it up good. But he's just good night, buddy. Good night, buddy. I love you. Good night.
It's a process.
The best. But yeah, no, he's got to learn how to poop in there. That's all. Got to poop in that potty.
My daughter pooped twice on the toilet.
Oh, nice.
And she pooped once at her mom's and once at mine, and we both bought her toys. So I think now we've created a terrible monster.
Oh no. Yeah, that's gonna be right.
Now she's gonna poop and then expect something.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. I mean, speaking about terrible monster, I mean, like he goes crazy when he doesn't get his video games, man. Like, but the thing is, the level of crazy he goes when he's not getting it, it's not really cool. So I get worried that he's.
You got to curb that a little somehow, huh? Is that what you're?
Yeah. It's a little too crazy for.
Do you know what you should do?
Huh?
Play a game and beat him terribly at it every time.
We only have one controller for everything in the house, so
get a fucking second controller. Put that motherfucker down. Say we're gonna play. I'll play a game. I'll play a game and just fucking destroy him. Just fucking eat him alive.
Everything he plays is just one player.
Kill his enthusiasm for every game that he plays.
You know what though? You would approve of what he's playing though, because he's playing a bunch of shit like he plays the old school Nintendo and Super Nintendo games that's on his mom's Switch. Yeah, he pretty much stole his mom's Switch, so now that's his. But yeah, now he goes on.
What's he playing?
He's playing Super Mario World and Donkey Kong Country and Kirby.
Good games.
And yeah, a bunch of old school shit that I grew up on. So you know, it's
you know what?
cool.
You know what? Get that motherfucker Elden Ring today. He wants to step up.
I've heard good things about that. Or a lot of things about it, I guess.
He needs to. If you know what, tell this motherfucker if you can beat this game, you can play games. It's the only game you're allowed to play. Only game.
Is that what you're playing right now?
It's you ever play Dark Souls?
No, but I know how difficult.
You're aware of the difficulty of Dark Souls.
Yes.
This is an open world Dark Souls game.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So everything
it will eat him alive. Get him it. It's the only game you can play. You got to beat it to play any other game.
Well, that's punishment, man.
And put him. Yeah, he won't want to play no games after that. Fucking, or else he'll be really good at it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's crazy about those games right now. So
well, that's good games to play, though. I mean, that's fun.
Pretty decent stuff to play. Game. And he likes to play some shit on the PlayStation as well.
What's he play on there?
What does he play on there? He plays Sonic. He likes to play like the new Sonic stuff and some Tony Hawk. You know, just because he can just ride around and
you can do whatever
you want. And he just jumps around and web slings in Spider-Man. So you know he likes to do that.
You know, that's what you do.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
well, that's cool.
That. Where were we? I'm sorry. Kids.
To Audrey Horn, who is a better detective than James in the gang.
No, she was really slick with getting that number.
She's got more leads. She's at the top of this case more than everybody else in this fucking show.
Fucking dude, really this episode definitely made me feel like an idiot for missing out on all the Audrey shit over the years. Well, not over the years, but over the.
That's right, because you were not an Audrey stan. You were not an Audrey stan before this.
No, not before this, dude. Yeah. I mean, I'm really paying more attention to her, and she's fucking.
She's
awesome.
Cool as fuck, and it makes me disappointed with the way they treat her because she should have had a path to like joining the FBI or being competent or this, like there was something here.
You ever think there was something personal involved in that?
I don't know.
With Sherilyn Fenn herself, you know?
I don't think so. I don't believe any of them had any say in any writing second season is anything
No,
indication?
as far, I mean, like as far as like David Lynch's thoughts on her, you know.
Well, like I said, he doesn't have a lot to do with the second season, so we don't know what his intent was with this character, and he certainly didn't do anything with her later.
Yeah.
So she's a real missed opportunity. I think Audrey is the most disappointing missed opportunity in the show.
What do you think the second is? Second most disappointing missed opportunity.
Wyndham Earl.
Mm.
Annie's probably third. Yeah.
Okay.
They could have done so much with those
fair.
characters. They could have done a lot with them. And they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything with them. But she's clever, and I wish we saw more of this. You know, Horn's detective agency. You know what I mean? Something.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And we go to Ed's house where Nadine is watching Chet shoot Montana.
Dude, Nadine fucking broke my heart here.
And yeah, she's clearly suffering like a mental breakdown here.
Yeah, just she's all fucking full of tears, and to Ed, like, I'm eating bonbons.
And she's all Peg Bundy'd out on the couch.
Yeah, dude. No, it was really sad. And no, because I was honestly I was watching today, and I teared up a little bit just because like that sadness was a little palpable.
She wants out of Twin Peaks. She wants out of this life. She wants her and Ed to go be somewhere else. And
she wanted to be the one to do it too, to be the one to do that for them, you know.
Her drape runner business did not take off here. We will see that it will, though, eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
Spoilers, and good for her.
I was very happy to see. I know it's all complicated with Ed, Norma, and Nadine, but I was happy to see how supportive he was of her. You know, they've got it. They have the most complex relationship, I think, in the show. Yeah, it's very complicated
because it's very real. People are in shitty situations.
Very real, complicated, shitty situations.
And everybody's handling it like adults. They're handling it. They don't want to do the wrong thing.
And not even really like adults. Even it's like too afraid to tell the truth. I mean, an adult will tell the truth, right? And just be straight up.
Adults lie. No. Kids tell the truth.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Actually, that's a good point.
We go to Josie's, and Pete is great here. He's talking about fishing, and him and the sheriff. And these two have a few conversations over the show, and it's very entertaining every time. Pete and Harry. I would like to have seen more Pete and Harry. Very entertaining stuff.
What do they talk about here? Because I remember it was actually something really funny.
They talk about a shellacked fish. And
it
was this big when I caught it. I guess when they shellac it and take the innards out, it loses something in the translation. Yeah. And fucking great. I love it.
I guess size isn't everything.
Yes. And I wish we got more of Pete and Harry. They have a real good chemistry together.
They do. Yeah.
Harry's very, oh, cool, bro, cool, man. He's like, talking to you. It's like a sounding board. Harry is there on business, and Josie is a liar. She's a bad liar too.
Oh
no!
No. Like, shut the fuck up.
Like you are such.
And
her big thing is that Ben and Catherine were at a hotel. So what? What is that? That doesn't fucking prove anything. That's nothing.
Yeah. Why? So what are you taking pictures of? I mean, what is that gonna?
She even says it's proof. Proof of what? It's nothing. It's proof of an affair.
Yeah, and what does that prove?
Yeah, that's not proof of them colluding to murder or burn down the mill. It's just proof that they're banging. And then she's like, "Oh, it's Andrew's mill," and it's like, you're such a fucking dope, Harry. You're such a. You know what? I am a sucker. I've only had a few vices in my life, Adam. I've drugs, alcohol, fighting, and women.
Mm-hmm.
And out of all of them, the worst one was women, because they are definitely definitely a trouble for me. I need to I don't know. And Harry's like, I won't let it happen. And he literally just jack and shit to prevent it from happening. Like,
Oh god.
we go to the Great Northern, and everyone has an erection for Cooper because he's wearing a nice suit.
It's a very nice
Cooper
suit.
has the U.S. taxpayer money to go over the border and blow, because this is an illegal operation and you have a bunch of money. Our money,
Yep.
my money.
Yeah, so much for your fucking moral code, man.
And he's a fucking enabler here, like a gambling enabler. He's like, you want to spend some money? Go to the whorehouse and spend some money, everybody.
Yeah, I guess it shows a little bit of flaw to his character, which is okay.
And we get something here. Harry says something. He says he knows about Ben and Catherine. It's been going on for years. And he knows that they're sleeping together.
Yeah.
He clearly works for Ben. Harry clearly works for Ben.
Yeah,
That is a dead giveaway indication that he works for Ben right there. I know that Ben's been doing
they
this.
Just never really explored that, right?
Yeah, they never get into it, but that gave it away to me because Josie was like, Josie was like, I know that they're sleeping together, and Harry had known for years. So obviously he's lying to Josie about he gives a shit about it.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, that would make sense. That's actually a really, really fucking good point. Absolutely.
It's just a weird thing to be like, yeah, I've known about it. And, you know, they're obviously colluding and no one cares. And Cooper doesn't trust Josie, and he's right to feel that way. And then he goes, let's look into it. And they literally don't look into it. They don't do anything.
No.
And Audrey is here doing janky stuff, slipping notes, looking for Coop, doing all kinds of stuff. And we go to Catherine's again with this weird insurance dude. And like they act like he's some kind of jerk. He's smug in his tone and the music, but he's literally doing his job. He's literally doing the right thing. And they make it seem like he's a bad guy in this. Like the whole framing of the scene is like
it was a little silly.
It's an arch, and it's like, I'm checking your insurance, and then she's like, I don't know. The whole thing came up as very. I don't get what the relationship is supposed to be here.
Yeah, it's weird.
Because we never see this guy again.
No, that was the only time. Are you an ambitious man?
Yeah, like they set up like this guy's gonna work for her and be her eyes and ears.
Yeah, you think you'd see more of him, and
then we never see him
dirty work.
Yeah, it was such a weird scene. What was they could have done this via like mail. She could have read, you know what I mean? Like it didn't need this guy.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a little strange, a little silly.
But I like Catherine sweating here. She's like, shit's going down. My books are gone. These motherfuckers are taking it to the streets. You know? I like that. Then we go to they're putting fake mustaches on and a wig. And I have some questions about this.
Let's hear it.
Okay. So Jacques Renault would know who Ed is.
Would know, yeah.
Jacques spiked his drink in the pilot. We know that they know each other. They know who each other are. Why are you bringing Ed?
Maybe it's a whole Clark Kent Superman thing.
It's not. He's putting on a fake mustache. He's still a tall Ed.
Yeah, but it's like Clark Kent with the.
No, that's not what happened with Clark Kent and Superman. You are categorically incorrect because he changes his posture and his height when he's Clark Kent. I know a lot about Superman. Don't get on me about Superman. He becomes a totally different person when he's Clark Kent. He looks different. He acts different. He changes everything about him. And also, here's another thing. No one's looking for Superman's secret identity because he's Superman. They just expect him to be Superman all the time. It's not like Batman where he has a secret identity. People assume Superman is Superman all the time.
Yeah.
Because
that did come back later though, right? Because I think doesn't Ed have to turn away at one point to avoid making eye contact?
Vaguely, but then why bring him at all if he's a liability?
Yeah, if that was gonna be a problem,
if the guy we're looking for can identify you at sight, why are you putting on a fake mustache? For who?
Poor choice.
Who to do it? Who is the mustache for? Who is it for? It's not for the guy that they're looking for, because obviously you can tell them by sight.
Well, I mean, maybe Ed was thinking about growing one out, but he didn't want to commit.
Then why the wig?
Oh, that wig's just sexy. Joey Buttafuoco?
It's not even like they put it over his hair on the
I
top.
know. It looks like a Joey Guadalupe, just not that.
It's very confusing. The whole Coop makes sense. No one knows what he looks like. He's not. Jock has no idea what he looks like. It's whatever. So then Waldo gets shot. And we get some like emotional Waldo talking about Laura. It's very, yeah.
I don't know if it was really emotional. I thought it was a little more creepy than
Laura,
anything.
you thought it was creepy? I thought it was like Laura, like.
Yeah, that was
Are you
pretty.
okay?
It had a very creepy undertone to it.
I didn't find it creepy, but I buy that too. Yeah, I think that's fine.
You know, I gave it a really dark tone to it, like just giving him some insight into what
I think
Laura experienced.
The darkness was because Waldo knew that Laura was going through something bad. That's why he was saying her name.
Mm.
Like he sympathized with her.
Oh, yeah, that's a
I mean, it's
cool,
a fucking bird. I don't know.
Well, no, it's still a fucking good, cool, interesting thought, and that's really supposed to be like a pretty smart bird too, right?
Yeah. So like he saw something bad was happening to her, and he's concerned for her, and saying, "Laura, you know,
an empathetic kind of spirit within that bird, you know, that reaches out to Laura."
That's what I took from that.
Totally, I can. Now that's probably what I'll be taking from now on too. Actually, yeah, that's really cool.
Especially because how it was kind of framed that it was sad that he died, and
you know, I see that.
Then to the gambling, and I like blackjack. Blackjack's the only game I'll play. Not a gambler. I don't like gambling. Do you do gambling,
Simple
man?
enough, right? No, I mean, well, you know what? No, I feel like the card tables, they really psych me out too much, and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I can't focus. I'm like, what? Hey, what the fuck are you doing to me? Like, so I don't know. No, I just play some penny slots here.
You have no confidence in gambling, is what you're saying.
No.
I could see you getting real nervous at a poker table. Oh, I don't know if I have is this a good hand? I don't know. Oh,
if I'm with friends, you know, it's like a little, you know, game with friends, and that's
I know.
Cool.
If I played, I would make sure that you're the guy, you're the target. That's it. You're the mark.
Why? What do you have against me? Huh?
It's just general. I have everything against everybody.
I thought it was special.
I'm not a competitive person. I just enjoy making people feel bad.
That's nice.
I think playing with, and this is gonna sound weird, playing with girlfriends my whole life has made me desensitized to losing, because either they're good enough to beat me and it's whatever, I don't care, or they're a really sore loser, and so I have to lose all the time.
You're obligated to.
Yeah, I was with a girl who was an incredibly sore loser, and even when she was really good at Mortal Kombat though.
Oh, nice.
So when she would win, she would still get mad at me because she's like, "You let me win," and I'm like, "I didn't let you win. You're just really good at Mortal Kombat. You're better than me at Mortal Kombat." She's like, "No, I'm not. You're letting me win," and I'm like, "Sometimes, but sometimes I'm not. Like, it doesn't matter."
You have to believe me. This time it's something different. You are very good at this game.
And then I was with someone who was a bad winner and loser.
Oh no.
Didn't matter. She would win and she'd be mad at me. She would lose and she would be mad at me. And I'm like, I'm not playing games with you anymore because you are bad at this. And the last time we played a game, I was at her family's house, and they all wanted to play Mario Party, and they're all hyper competitive people, every single one of them, especially at each other. And I'm there, and I'm like, okay, I'll play Mario Party with you guys. And so it's the mom and the dad are a team, and the brother and her and me, separate. You know, four of us playing Mario Party. And I'm drinking. I'm the only one drinking, so I'm getting fucking wasted because Mario Party takes 11 hours to play. I mean, it's a couple hours, it's a couple hours deep. Yeah, it's a couple hours deep. And I won by a large margin. Like I crushed everybody. And I was really
to the point where it wasn't even fun for anybody.
I was like 20 stars ahead of everybody else. Like I was fucking, no one was getting me.
Demolished everybody.
I was just playing like a monster. And I was like, oh, really good game, guys. Everybody, thank you. And every single one of them was fucking fuming. And I could tell. And I'm like, I have to sleep here tonight. And I am not going to make it out of this.
You're gonna get stabbed.
Yeah. I'm like, these people hate me. And they didn't like me to begin with. So it didn't do me any fucking favors.
Yeah, you didn't help yourself much, huh?
Yeah, that was the last time I played a game with any of them. For obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Fred and Barney.
Fred and Barney.
And, you know, she goes, "You look like a cop." And he says, "I'm the cop."
Charming. That's funny. Yeah.
Owns a gas station. He's an oral surgeon. Ed is on fire here.
Absolutely. He's a prince.
And you know what? Blackie's used to people bullshitting her. So she's not thinking these guys are actually cops. She's used to guys coming in, thinking that they're big shit, lying about why they're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This
She's
is
just
not,
triggering them.
yeah, this is nothing unusual for her. So I kind of like that she's very coy about it. Oh, you know, blah, blah.
Yeah.
His whole line about looking under her hood, he's great.
It was fun. Yeah.
And then Cooper talks full volume at Hawk on the radio, of course. That's a great idea. Then to the Palmer house, where Leland's sitting in the dark while Maddie is leaving.
Very, very scary there.
Like, he just gets up and he's like,
yeah. Quite terrifying there.
Then the whole part with she's putting a wig on, and I hate it.
I don't like that part. I
hate this whole storyline.
I know I sounded very accepting about a lot of shit, but this watch, I'm kind of calling bullshit on some stuff.
These three.
I'm calling bullshit on some.
It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere good. Like,
not really, no.
To Ben and the Scandinavians, and they're singing, you know, beer on the wall, whatever it is, and Hepa is there, and Jerry is so good with them. They're going to One-Eyed Jack's. Then the call for you know, we go to Josie, and she gets a call. She's with Hank. It calls Ben, and I don't know. Hank is off his jacket. Is the implication that they're going to have sex?
That's what I was wondering.
Because he's like, I don't know what that means. We can probably assume yes, because
Josie just fucking sleeps around, right?
She's a prostitute. I mean, she's actually a prostitute.
Yeah.
As it turns out. So yes. Not that she wants to. I mean, it seems like she's pretty unhappy with sleeping with most people that she has to sleep with. So it's not her fault, but she's learned to use her sexuality as she can't lie, obviously. So
no, she's awful at that. I hope she has better O's during other times.
Well, with the amount of people that are looking to get at her, I imagine outside of Harry, and even Harry might be a power play on her part. He's the law. He's a level of protection. That's why she's with him.
Yeah.
So even that's not a real relationship for her. She's found that using sex is the only thing that keeps her safe, which is sad.
Very sad.
And then we get Audrey with the whole cherry stem thing. And I've known two girls who could do this and one guy. And I don't get why it's sexy.
Yeah, you imagine how awkward it is for the stem and inside the.
I've watched people do it, and it's impressive, but like, my dick is not the size of a cherry stem, so I don't know what I'm supposed to be impressed by. I don't understand.
Yeah, and also Sherilyn Fenn isn't the one who could actually do that.
No, it was However
you say that.
I have no idea how to say her name, Shelly. I'm not even going to attempt to say it. Madachek? Madachek?
Mad Chen.
Mad Chen?
Mad. It's like mad.
There's a K in it.
No, there's no K in it.
There's like 3 Ks and an N and an umlaut.
In the last name. Amick.
Mad
Chen.
Yeah, I think I was getting her first and last name confused.
Matchin. I think it's Matchin.
Shelly.
Shelly Johnson.
Shelly Johnson. Shelly Briggs. And I'm sure this is where Audrey's plan sort of falls apart. Because her great idea was to go be a whore in a whorehouse. I've known a number of sex workers, and I don't believe any of them had such a formal interview process.
Yeah, what's their interview process usually like?
Like, she's awful picky for a madam. What does she care? Are you over 18? Look at you. You're hired. Like, she's like a dope addicted madam, and she's like, where'd you work at? Fuck do you mean where I'm working for? I'm not coming to be a whore because my life is going really, really well.
Hey, One-Eyed Jack's is a classy place, man.
No, it's not. They take 18-year-old girls who work at perfume counters. They're not that classy.
I'm kidding. I'm fucking kidding.
Like, if I'm running a whorehouse, okay, and I see Audrey Horn, what's the interview? You're hired. Like, look at you.
Yeah, it seems
the best looking person outside of Shelly. She's the best looking person in the state of Washington, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as she doesn't have that pilot episode hair.
Yeah. I think it still looks good on her.
I'm kidding. I'm just an asshole.
And also, Blackie works with Ben. She's never seen a picture of his daughter.
You'd think she has. Well, because I mean, Ben has a fucking picture of Laura on his desk.
Yeah, but I don't buy that she's never seen.
I know that seems like a silly assumption.
Like, and not to mention just the lots of people from Twin Peaks, from Horn's department store, come through there. Not one of them was friends with Audrey. One of them described her. One of them knew, like, you know who she is. There's no way you don't know who she is. But that's whatever.
But I mean, to I guess to contest that, I mean, you can always say that Audrey was always hiding in her little spots, and maybe they haven't seen her since she was like a little girl or something, and so I don't know.
To give Blackie, we don't know that she's ever been to Twin Peaks.
True. Yeah.
I would. Been there. My assumption is that Ben. I don't know. It's possible that she's never seen Audrey. It's possible. It's just unlikely.
That's a good point, though. Yeah, it's a good point that you would think that somebody at One Eye Jacks would know what Audrey looks like.
One person,
what the fucking owner, what the boss of One Eye Jacks, what their daughter would look like.
And one person that works here would have seen her or knows her or been through town, or one of the girls that work at the perfume counter would know that they work for the Horn's department store. They've seen her, and those girls also work at Horn's department store because there's a number of them that work there.
Yeah,
and none of them have ever seen Audrey before.
I doubt it.
I don't buy that. I don't buy. Blackie not seeing her, I buy. Everybody else they're not seeing her, I don't buy.
It would have to be somebody.
Yeah. And let me get the whole Jacoby thing. And Bobby puts drugs in James's bike, but I never understood why. To frame James for what?
I don't know. I didn't understand why either. I don't know.
It was a confusing, like he does it and then it never goes anywhere. And I don't know why he did it. Not to mention, I want to put on Audrey's thing is her big plan is to go to One Eye Jacks, work there, and then talk to a guy that she could have talked to at Horn's department store.
Yes, it seems a little far-fetched, right?
Because she's talking to Em. Remember, she finds Emery and talks to him, but she could have talked to him in Twin Peaks.
Back in the department store. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get that either. I thought about that as well.
Like, why do you could have just got him then? Put it. You already have him wrapped around your finger.
Do you think that she wanted to catch him in some kind of act or something like that, or
at a consensual whorehouse? I don't understand.
I don't know. She's a kid. You don't know what her thought process is. She's still a kid. I mean, as she is the smartest of those people. That's true. Yeah,
we'll give her that. So we go to the whole Jacoby thing, and we see a lurker in the woods, and this also goes nowhere.
Yeah, nowhere.
Disappointingly so. We talked about Audrey's plan. It doesn't really make a ton of sense. I'm with her until she goes to One Eye Jacks.
Yeah, it's because it wasn't necessary.
And we talked about Hank and Joe sleeping together. I don't really have a lot more. Okay episode. It's okay. It's not a great episode.
Yeah.
Last episode was a great episode.
Yes. Yeah.
This is an okay episode. And the next episode's a great episode. So it's an okay bridge. It's just the bridge to the finale. All it is. It's getting everybody in place where they need to be to set up the story, and that's
totally
fine.
Yeah.
You always have that episode. The penultimate episode is always a weak episode because you're just getting everybody where they need to be.
You're just kind of enjoying the ride.
Yeah.
And enjoying the placement of all the parts.
They need to go here, and how do we get them there? And that's not always the most exciting thing because they can't do anything with it until the next episode.
You love to see it though.
Yeah. So I always give penultimate episodes a lighter pass because they're necessary for the plot. So this was an expected episode. Going to be weaker. It's going to be what it is. Just fine.
Yeah. Still very enjoyable though.
I have notes from a month ago because you're a piece of shit.
And I have notes. I don't have notes.
You don't have any fucking notes. I have a note that says Duncan Goodhue fell out of a tree and that caused him to have alopecia.
You think that's what happened?
He's a British swimmer of 1980.
Falling out of a tree is what gave him alopecia?
The story. That's the story that they're told. Yes. I don't believe that. That's a true story. I don't know why I wrote that down.
Glad he did though. Interesting.
There's a war in Russia happening. I have that note there. Not going well for anybody. Um,
That is pretty sad, right?
um, yeah, not going. The world's kind of falling apart as we're.
You know what? I absolutely agree. I used to be one to preach about, things will be cool, man. But
Good.
no, it's still in my best interest to be positive, I guess.
HIV positive, maybe.
Hey.
I have the story about the 1984 Olympics.
Okay.
So this is kind of a funny story. So 1984 Olympics, McDonald's said for every gold medal the USA wins, they're going to give away a free Big Mac. Okay. That was the year that the Soviet Union boycotted the Olympics. And I don't know if you know anything about the Olympics, but the two people who do the best are the USA
and the Soviet Union.
and the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
And so the USA ended up getting 83 gold medals.
Oh my God.
McDonald's, they lost like millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And it's just one of those stories that I remember the Olympics were going on when I wrote that. I remember that story. It's fucking hilarious. Like they couldn't have foreseen that one. Like no fucking way. The Soviets did what? Could you imagine like the sweat Ronald McDonald, his makeup was running. He's
all the makeup coming off.
Yeah. He's fucking a cow or something. I don't know what he does. The Grimace, he's fucking the Grimace.
Ew.
I saw the Batman.
You saw it?
Yeah. Went to the theater
things, dude.
And it was really I'm a Batman fan, as you know.
I love Batman, yeah.
Big Batman. I'm a big comic nerd. If you don't know that, I'm a big comic nerd.
Yeah, you would probably definitely be able to educate me on some Batman shit for sure. But I do love Batman though, yeah.
I really enjoyed the shit out of it. I really enjoyed. I had my two biggest complaints were Andy Serkis as Alfred did not buy it.
Really?
He's a little too young. He's too young.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't really have much of a relationship.
Yeah, that's something you like to see in a Batman story, a good relationship between Alfred and Bruce.
It's okay. Yeah. It's like year 2 for the Batman. This is only his second year as being Batman.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with Alfred.
A young Batman.
Yeah, I'm okay with Alfred being a little bit younger, but he seemed more like an older brother than a father figure.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit disappointing in that.
Do you have a favorite Alfred from?
Michael Caine. Michael Caine
for sure.
That is
Michael Caine.
He gave emotional performances as Alfred. He understood the character.
Yeah, in the Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, when he gives that whole speech, I won't have you another member of the Wayne. I won't bury another member of the Wayne family. And this whole thing, it just each movie he gives a perfect performance for what I think when I think of Alfred. He's caring, he's kind, he's meticulous, he's intelligent, he's efficient. He knows how to mend wounds, and you believe that. You know what I mean? And there's a scene. Yeah. There's a scene in Batman Year One, by Frank Miller, the comic.
I've seen the animated movie. I think.
Yeah,
Year One.
The animated movie was pretty good. They don't. The problem with the animated movies is they don't do the internal narration, so it kind of hurts stuff a little bit. But where he's talking, he's just gotten shot. He wrecked his car. He's out there, and he thinks, I only need to ring this bell. Alfred will come, a butler with combat medic training. And just how highly he regards Alfred as a gift his father gave him. You know what I mean? As
he totally is too.
Yeah. And that's what I think of Alfred is he's not just a guy Batman trusts. He's the guy Batman trusts. He's the only guy,
More of a sidekick than Robin ever would be, or any of those guys.
I don't even think of him as a sidekick because he's just as necessary to keep Batman alive.
Closer, I guess you can say. Right?
Alfred keeps Bruce Wayne alive.
True.
That's what he does. He's the one who keeps Bruce Wayne's life real. He's the one who handles everything Bruce Wayne should be handling. Whereas Batman is Batman. You know what I mean? And Bruce doesn't want to be Bruce. So that's why Alfred's important.
Dude, but with this new one, I've heard only good things.
Well,
I've heard nothing but bad things. So you said, what's the second thing then?
Robert Pattinson is Bruce Wayne. He was a really good Batman. He was an okay Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
There's not a lot of Bruce in it.
It's
So
more Batman
it's
than anything.
fine. He gave a fine performance as Bruce Wayne. He gave a really good performance as Batman.
Okay, cool.
Zoe Kravitz looks like Catwoman. She's the right height, the right build, the right look. She's what Catwoman should look like.
Oh yeah, and she's just badass all around.
And she's a beautiful woman, and she's kick-ass, and she's really good in this. Paul Dano was great.
Paul Dano is just very underrated in my
If
opinion.
you need like a Twinkie incel psychopath, Paul Dano is your guy, because that's very much how he played the Riddler.
Okay, cool.
Like there's a little bit of incel in him.
Gotcha.
And they didn't overdo it. They didn't overplay that.
But just kind of hinted at it a little bit.
It definitely is part of his character.
Okay, cool.
And I like it because he has like an online forum and community that he deals with, and it's kind of cool. They did a lot of. The Riddler is a hard character to get right.
Yeah,
it's not an easy, because you fall into the making him like the Joker or making him like someone else. It's easy to do because he's kind of a silly character.
And you know what? When I was a little kid, the Riddler and Joker were synonymous with me. Like they were the same for me because of how they would portray Riddler
in the movies.
Yeah. Which I did love Jim Carrey for what that was, but I mean, it was a silly, stupid movie, you know.
Yeah, it was not. Jim Carrey clearly had never read a Riddler comic a day in his life.
No, it was just a funny thing that I enjoyed as a kid.
But that's the reason why, is because he was still a cackling, goofy guy, you know. And he wasn't. The Riddler is a meticulous, weird. He's not. He uses his brain, but he also gives himself up because of who he is. You know, this guy who was beaten by his dad when he lied, so he escaped into a world of puzzles, and that's why he is who he is. He wants to lie, but he can't bring himself to do it.
Yeah.
So he lies by omission. He gives you a riddle. He gives you can figure it out. So he's a mentally unwell man.
Yeah.
And Paul Dano did a really good job of bringing a lot of pathos to that character.
I was absolutely a fan of him for a long time before this came out. I mean, There Will Be Blood and Little Miss Sunshine and shit.
Him and There Will Be Blood.
And what else? The Girl Next Door. Yeah, you've seen that, right? He was awesome in that too.
He was in that?
Yeah, he played Klitz. Remember that character?
Oh my God, that's Paul Dano. Oh my God.
Paul Dano. Yeah, that was the first. I think that was the first thing I've seen him in.
I didn't even recognize that it was him because I didn't think about him at the time, and I haven't seen that movie since probably it came out.
Yeah, I think the closest you see him with that kind of hair is in Little Miss Sunshine. That's a little bit more cool skater mop toppy, you know.
I love the guy. I think he's a great actor.
Yeah, he's great.
And Robert Pattinson,
I think.
The Joker is in it really briefly.
Oh, well, we really have to spoil that for me?
Sorry, it's like one scene. You don't even see his face.
Still, I want to be surprised.
You didn't even say you were going to see it. You just said you heard good things.
I'm going to fucking see it, of course.
It's too late. It's out there now.
Damn it, I'm Goth. I'm going to see Batman.
It's out there now. It's too late.
Fuck you. God damn it. This is over.
So I'm hoping this sets up for a second film. There's a hint. They only hint at it very, very little, that we may see Robin, which I'm excited to see because we've never had a good Robin in film.
No, yeah, fucking Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell was 25 years old when that movie came out. Why are you adopting him? He's 25. What are you adopting? Val Kilmer? You're only 10 years older. What are you talking about? Like, they're like, I'm adopting you. What do you? I'm a grown man. Like, you can't adopt me, guy. No. And people shit on Robin. Robin is necessary for the Batman mythos. People misunderstand.
What does he add to?
Okay,
what does he give to Batman?
Well, also, Batman can help someone out when he wished he was helped. A boy who lost his family. He can set him on a path, whether that path is good or not, a path that he wishes he could have been on at that age. He's also, he brings something else to the table. The reason that Robin wears bright colors is because he's a distraction.
Gotcha.
He's who you shoot at, but he's good enough to never get hit. Robin is Dick Grayson is better at that age than Batman ever was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's the perfect combination because he's a youth that Batman can see the world through, so it's not so morbid, it's not so dark.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is a little bit lighter with Robin around because
so it's that balance, right?
Yeah, there's a balance, and he's putting someone else on a path. You know, Batman considers this to be his crusade. It's a war.
Mm-hmm.
And he's putting someone else on a path, a child soldier, as you will, that he thinks is the right thing to do.
Yeah, you're right. I think he's just had some bad portrayals, right?
Oh, Chris O'Donnell mostly. I don't think they've ever even done anything else with him in any other. Yeah, outside of Joseph Gordon-Levitt got one line about him being
a hint, yeah, like
and he would have been he would have been a cool Nightwing or something.
Nightwing, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but
there's some pretty cool fan art with him in the Nightwing.
Yeah, I would have liked to see that, but he's not Robin. He's he could be a Nightwing.
Yeah. I thought that was a really cool way to end the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, it was a nice. Yeah. It continues,
Very, very good, super good. That's actually a trilogy I've been wanting to watch again just for fun.
Yeah,
just some good movies.
I'm in the third one. You can't see me. I'm in Heinz Field.
What are you talking about?
Okay, they filmed the scene in the
football
Heinz Field.
Field?
Heinz Field is Pittsburgh. It's where they filmed that from.
Oh shit! Okay.
And they let people in with terrible towels, and you just sat there, and they let like 500 people in.
Oh, nice! And you were in that?
I was there like 4:00 in the morning.
Oh shit! Cool.
And that's when the line started forming. They let me in. I'm not on camera. You can't see me or anything, but I'm somewhere in that crowd at Heinz Field. Because even it's the Steelers that are playing football.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it's
okay. Shit.
And actually, if they cut back when they cut back and show Gotham, it's just Pittsburgh. It's all bridges.
I never noticed that.
Yeah. No. So they filmed it. They filmed it here, most of it.
That's cool. So they confirmed didn't they confirm a Joker 2 with Joaquin or no?
I never heard that they confirmed it. They've been talking about it.
Okay, then probably just a rumor.
I don't think it'll ever get made. I don't think it needs.
I don't think it needs to get made. I wouldn't want that.
Let that story stand alone for what it is. Let it be its own thing. It's a good movie.
It was a great movie.
It's just Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I mean, it's literally just Taxi Driver. It's the same thing.
And it's really cool. I love it.
Nothing. There's nothing. That's not a bad thing. It's still good.
No. It seems. I would say it's like a love note to Taxi Driver and Scorsese and all that.
Very, very much so. Very much so.
Yeah, totally. Fucking good movie. Good score too. I don't know the name of the composer, but
and I like that there were people from Atlanta in it.
Oh yeah.
Zazzy and Paperboy.
And he was the guy that worked in the mental institution.
Yeah, he's like, all right, man. I don't know, man. I love Atlanta. Third season's coming out.
Dude, he's gonna be in this new thing coming out. The guy that plays Paperboy.
With Brad Pitt.
That looks like a fucking
cool
on a
bullet
movie.
Train or whatever.
That looks like a fucking silly and fun and cool.
It might be all right. It might be okay. I'm reserving any judgment until I see more of it, but it might be fun.
It looks like a fun one.
Brad Pitt beating up Paperboy.
Yeah. Well, there's and he's also beating up Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. I don't know. I don't really know who that is.
Really popular Spanish singing.
I know he's super popular, and I feel bad that I don't know who he is. I've never really I've seen him because he wrestled a couple times.
Oh, okay.
He was in the Royal Rumble for this year, for God's sake.
Oh shit, that's funny. Okay.
So I know him to see him. I just don't know anything about him.
Yeah, I'm not big on his music or anything. I mean, I don't really like it, to be honest.
Yeah. But good for him. He seems like a nice
guy. Very popular though.
Yeah. He loves wrestling, so I can't argue with that. Speaking of which, I want to say something about wrestling to Scott Hall.
Oh, yeah.
Who was Razor Ramon, died today. He had 3 heart attacks.
Today is when they took him off life support?
Yeah, it was all today.
Oh, shit, dude. That's rest in peace, man. That sucks.
If you're listening to this, it was a month and a half ago. But he had 3 heart attacks, and I was a big fan growing up.
I think Razor Ramon is like one of the faces that I think of when I think about my childhood. And
he's cool. He's the coolest guy.
He had the curl in the front with the fucking.
And he had the fake Scarface accent, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Hey Chico, you know what I mean? He would do all the fucking. He was.
Loved it. Yeah. He was awesome. That's too bad. That's too bad.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's
Have to
really
go like that. Yeah.
And I was a big fan. And then he went to WCW, did the NWO. He was huge.
Yeah.
I still see NWO shirts
Oh
everywhere.
yeah, that's very popular. Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the NWO, there'd be no Bullet Club. If it wasn't a Bullet Club, there wouldn't be any Garmin Bozier Club.
There you go.
So I stole their,
my closet right there.
I stole the logo design and turned it into something for me.
So that's where it came from. Now I know.
You didn't know that?
Yeah,
it's a,
I didn't recognize it. No.
yeah, it's a
I
Bullet Club.
thought
The
it was
Bullet
really cool
Club
design,
logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Because I want something really nerdy. I went as hard into it as possible.
That's cool.
You put your little goth stuff up. If you want to be a real fan, you wear a wrestling related Twin Peaks shirt.
I just got my
Yeah.
this.
Your plain black t-shirt with Nick Cave and the bad seeds.
It has lyrics to Distant Sky on the back.
Yeah, it's a good song.
A very good song, yeah.
Did you ever see Adventure Time whenever they have the bad seeds poster?
No.
There's in Lemon Hope, I think the kid's name is, in his room, there's a poster that has seeds on it and it says the bad seeds.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool.
I'm like,
dude, I was still speaking about that. It's really funny. I feel like Nick Cave's been everywhere, man. So we my lady and I we just finished watching season 2 of Euphoria, and I think the last episode, the season finale, in one of the characters' rooms, where Rue's standing right next to her on the wall, you see the From Her to Eternity record just on the wall right there. Like, what the fuck?
I think the weirdest place that I've ever seen Nick was Harry Potter.
Oh, and then when
they have the dance scene and they're playing Nick Cave, and I'm like, what the fuck are they? They playing Nick Cave? It's the weirdest. Out of.
Do you remember hearing People Ain't No Good and Shrek 2?
Yes, yeah. What the? Such a strange.
We were just watching that recently too, and that came on.
We go back to Batman. Nick Cave was on the Batman Forever soundtrack.
Which song was that on that soundtrack?
I don't remember.
You know, hey, I'm done. Okay, speaking about people who passed away, William Hurt.
William Hurt?
Yeah, I need to see that movie still.
What?
Wim Wenders, until the end of the world.
Oh, okay.
He's in that, right?
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
I'm fucking dying to watch.
I thought you were saying
but
Altered States is probably his best movie.
I haven't seen that in a long time, but yeah, it's a good movie.
And then he was in a bunch of the Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forgot his character, but he was
General Thunderbolt Ross.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what it was.
Yeah. I remember Hulk villain.
Growing up, I saw him in that movie. What was it Into the Wild? He played he played the dad, I think, right?
I like the guy. I mean, I like him. It's shame that
he's a really good actor. Rest in peace.
Both of the Hurts, John Hurt and William Hurt, are both dead now.
Oh, I know, dude.
I got no Hurts left.
No Hurt. Yeah, dude. I need the Nick Cave song in that movie.
Yep.
I Love You Till the End of Time. Fucking good song. The chorus reminds me a lot of Famous Blue Raincoat from Cohen.
Okay. Yeah.
Compare the melody of.
I'm listening. Yeah, I can hear that.
It's very similar.
But I would have never put those together.
Well, I wouldn't have either. That I saw a YouTube comment that mentioned that, and I'm like, oh shit, that's actually pretty valid. But he does love Cohen, right?
Everybody loves Cohen. He's the original sad. He's the original sad boy. You know?
Definitely, fucking sad bastard.
When you think of like sad music, you think of like Leonard Cohen. You know what I mean? Like that's the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that one sad bastard post that I made. Someone commented recently on that saying, "How dare I forget Elliott Smith?" And that's a valid one too. Elliott Smith
did not kill himself.
He died really weirdly, right?
Because someone stabbed him in the chest.
Yeah,
and they said it was self-inflicted. No, he
stabbed himself in the chest.
There ain't no fucking way he stabbed himself in the chest. It's no way. It's no way.
I don't know if that's.
They refused to investigate. They didn't investigate. And the girlfriend was like, I was in the bathroom when I came out, he had a knife in his chest. I'm like, what? What do you mean? So people don't talk enough about that. He did not kill himself.
I don't doubt that. I never looked into that. There's a book that came out recently. don't know if recently, but there's a book that got either it came out recently or it got re-released recently. That I think it talks about his death and everything. I don't know how in depth they talk about it though. My daughter is super into Elliott Smith right now.
Wow, she's right to feel that way.
She loves Elliott Smith and Radiohead. So
she had good taste. Obviously, didn't get it from you.
I'm talking about.
Listen to all your goth. You don't even listen to goth stuff. You listen to 90s fucking pop.
Lots of Radiohead recently though. That's for sure.
I like Radiohead. I mean, they're Radiohead. Remember whenever that kid ate his parents, Scott Tenorman, and then Radiohead showed up and made fun of him?
No, yeah. Fucking South Park. I love that shit, dude. That was hilarious.
Hey, is this kid crying? Hey, cry, baby. Look at you crying. They got Radiohead to do that. It's one line. Like, It's great.
And they always, I love that because they always get the actual people to come in for that. I think they got Korn to do that as well.
Korn was they were the Halloween episode where they had the cheese and the piece of.
Yeah.
He's not a ghost. He's actually just the cheese with a fucking.
It's fucking hilarious. So
everybody.
Funny.
George Clooney was the dog, the gay dog.
Yeah. I hear the new season's still supposed to be pretty decent too. It's all on HBO Max, I think. I gotta watch that.
I mean, I haven't watched it in years.
It's from what I've seen, it's
still pretty good. It's South Park. I mean,
it still holds up. Yeah, it's good.
They're not lack of talent.
No,
those two
definitely not.
Well, there's only one of them doing any fucking work. Trey Parker's the one that does all the work. Matt Stone just hangs out.
Just hangs out, gets high, and fucking
he does the voices, and that's the only reason. Like, but if you ever watch them do work, like there was a special about them making an episode. It was just Trey Parker doing everything, and Bill Heater was on the writing staff for South Park.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's funny.
Oh, of course, because he's fucking hilarious.
Fucking Barry.
I love that guy.
Do you like Barry?
Dude, I need to watch Barry. It's on my list.
Stop watching your teen dramas and watch Barry.
Have you watched it yet? Have you watched it?
I'm not going to watch that. I've decided I'm not going to watch it.
Oh, you said you're not going to
I'm going to stand with my not watching teenage dramas that sexualizes teenagers.
That's fine, because I honestly don't know if you would like it, though.
I wouldn't like it. I don't like it on principle.
Yeah, I get it.
I feel the same way about it that I feel about Riverdale. I'm not going to fucking watch it.
Oh, I'm not going to watch Riverdale.
Why not? It's about a bunch of sexy teenagers. That's right up your alley. You fucking sicko.
Well, I mean, Euphoria. It's HBO. Strictly says the provider.
So naked teenagers, that's more your alley?
Yes. Just kidding, no.
It's on film,
Please. For the record, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I don't like teen dramas. I don't care about. I didn't want to be a teenager when I was a teenager, so I don't want to fucking hear about other people's goddamn drama about being teenagers.
That's the only reason that I don't. That's the only part of Euphoria that I don't enjoy. Is that it's fucking
I don't care about it. They can go fucking. They're a teenager. You're an idiot. You're an idiot if you're a teenager. And every teenager's been an idiot. I was an idiot when I was a teenager. You were an idiot when you were a teenager, right? You don't
want to relive that shit. I get it.
No, and they're being idiots because they're teenagers.
You don't want. I don't want to fucking even the slightest hint of anything from my time.
Someone was like, "Do you want your youth back?" I'm like, "I don't want to be a fucking teenager. I hated. I was a miserable human being.
Fucking hated high school.
I was a violent, miserable asshole all day long.
I had a completely different life than you, but still, I think we both hated high school though. I mean, that's for different reasons.
And I wasn't like I didn't get picked on. I wasn't. People liked me. I just didn't want to be there.
Yeah. I get that, dude.
Nonsense. So no, I'm not gonna watch Euphoria. written by a pedophile.
Yeah, because everyone's a pedophile too.
No, the guy that wrote it got some problematic things in his history.
Really?
Oh yeah, genuinely.
I believe it.
There you go. Whatever. I like Zendaya. I think she's a good actress.
Dude, she's fucking. Honestly, I'm gonna say this. I really feel that all the fucking best young actors right now, they gather them and put them in that show. I'll say that, honestly. Yeah. Everybody's fucking amazing in it.
Where's Andy Milonakis? Seeing that?
I love Andy. Hey, I fucking love Andy Milonakis, okay?
He's in his like mid-40s now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He is. Mm-hmm. And he still looks that way and still sounds that way and everything. I met him once at a signing for the 10th anniversary of Mallrats. It was outside. Outside of fucking. I was 16 years old, I think. Yeah.
What a guy to meet, huh?
Well, he was. I didn't go to meet him. He was there.
You did. You heard
was smoking-
Melanocus was gonna be there.
Oh, no, I knew this the fucking crew from Mallrats was gonna be there. So
Who was gonna be Jason Lee? There's not a lot of people in that group.
Jason Lee, Ethan Suplee, Jason Mewes, dude, a 16-year-old fucking dumbass kid.
That's
who
fair.
loves
That's
Jen
fair. I
Silent
like
Bob.
I like Mallrats when I was 16.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right, yeah.
So of course,
Jason
that was-
Mewes. Remember
But
when
you know what's funny is that Ethan Suplee was there, but I fucking didn't know who he was when he was there because he lost a bunch of weight, and I didn't recognize him.
Yeah.
So like it's like,
he looks good. He looks great.
oh, he looks incredible. And this
You know
is
what?
before he got all buff though. This is
He
before
was a
got
good-looking
focused
heavy
with
guy
it.
too.
Mm,
I think
yeah,
he was a good-looking heavy guy. I
he
think
wore
he's a
it well.
good-looking. Yeah, he looks good no matter what. He's a good-looking guy. I think,
mhm.
in my opinion. And it was a sailboat.
It's not a sailboat, it's a schooner.
That's one of the only two films by Kevin Smith that I like.
Yeah, because you said you only like Clerks and
Clerks.
Mallrats, right?
And Clerks and Mallrats.
Mm,
That's it.
yeah.
Everything else he did was fucking garbage.
I think at the time that I watched stuff that I watched, I enjoyed it. But now looking
Yeah.
back, I think I would probably only enjoy Clerks and Mallrats. I would enjoy Clerks too. I would enjoy the Jane Silent Bob movies. And you know what? I would still actually enjoy all the shit. Never mind. I spoke too soon.
You enjoy everything. You like everything. You're like, oh, it's pretty good.
See, I was like, anything I even try to talk shit about, I'm like, oh no, actually, I like it.
I could send you like jihad movies. The guys getting their heads cut off. You'd be like, there's something pretty interesting in that. I think it's pretty. I don't think I liked it at the time, but I think if I went back to it now.
The shaping of the blood is very tasteful.
Yeah, he used a hunting knife in that. It's pretty impressive. It's fucking. How do you use a machete? Piece of shit.
Tasteful use of blood. Speaking of that, you know what movie has that? Sweeney Todd. The Sweeney Todd movie. You seen that?
I'm not gonna watch that.
Of course you're not. Of course you're not. Who
It's
am I talking to
exhausting.
here?
That sounds like an exhausting film to watch Johnny Depp attempt to sing for 2 hours.
Hey,
No,
you sound good. You
Please,
sound good.
I
You
don't.
sound good.
I'm not a big Tim Burton fan. Either. I like Beetlejuice. I like Night Before Christmas. Fine.
Apparently, Beetlejuice 2 is confirmed. How do you think that's going to be?
Not good.
That's what I'm guessing, honestly.
When's the last time Tim Burton made a fucking good movie?
I don't remember.
Yeah. It's been the
don't
same
know.
garbage for fucking 30 years.
Have you seen the original Nightmare Alley? Because that new one's supposed to be fucking amazing.
I did not know. I've seen the original. Yeah.
How is that?
It's fine.
It's fine. Apparently, this remake is supposed to be.
I don't know
really
who was
something.
asking for a remake of it.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think anybody asked for it, but honestly, I think it's supposed to be something really good, though.
I haven't seen the new one yet. That's why I haven't seen the new one. Del Toro did it. I like Del Toro.
Yeah.
So I'll watch that. I like him.
Yeah.
Still waiting for Silent Hills, buddy. Still waiting for Silent Hills.
So much for that. I don't know if that's gonna fucking happen.
No, he's in Death. He was in Death Stranding.
Oh yeah, he had a part in that, right?
Yeah, he was in it, and they're gonna do
I
it
think
too.
I think I saw like a game clip of that.
Yeah, they're doing it too, so he'll probably be in that one.
Nice.
And if I ever get a nice briefcase, I'll have him hold it for me.
There you go. Nice little Samsonite briefcase.
Yeah. He seems like a good dude, and I have nothing. But he did Blade 2.
Your favorite Blade, right?
Best Blade movie.
Yeah.
If you haven't listened to our top 5 non-Dracula related films, go check it out now.
Yeah. It's a good one. I like our I like our topics.
Well, you know what? Next episode.
Top 5 people we wish were in David Lynch movies, right?
Top 5 people we'd like to see in David Lynch films, and 3 that we'd like to see return.
Okay.
3 that we'd like to see
3
return.
that you want to see return. Okay.
Mhm.
I already know my top 1 for that.
Oh yeah, me too. I think we said this before, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll go ahead and end it here. Should I end it with a story?
What was that?
Should I end it with a Sean story?
And with a Sean story, buddy.
So I mentioned the gun that I had, the stolen gun that I had, and
Yes, yeah, that was fucking wild, man.
And I had this friend. Did I tell you the pistol whip story about it?
The pistol. You said you had to pistol with him, right?
Josh.
I don't remember the name.
Oh, that was a friend of mine that's we were real fucked up on crack, and we were drunk and a bunch of other stuff, and his new girlfriend was coming over, and she came over and had the gun sitting there. And he said, "What are you gonna do with it? You can't even hurt someone with a gun. There's got no bullets in it." And so I pistol whipped him. And I split his head open, pretty, the size of a pistol. And he crawls into my bathroom, which was by my living room at the time, and shuts the door. And she's still sitting there, this girl, and she's a heroin addict, so she's fucked up. She's like nodding out. And she's like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "What the fuck's going on?" And I'm like, "I had the pistol with Josh." And she said, "Why?" I said, "I don't know." And he's in the bathroom with the door shut, and I just hear like groans. So I start drinking a little bit more, and she's well past the point of making any sense on any of this. And we had to go to work in the morning. Me and him, we were running a restaurant together. So I passed out. She passed out. He passed out. In the morning, I opened the bathroom door, and his hat, he had a hat on, and it's stuck to his head because of the blood. It's like,
oh my God.
So we went to work, and that was the day.
Jesus Christ, man.
So poor guy. you can hurt someone with a gun that has no bullets in it. That
reminds me of the fucking that stupid movie with Marky Mark and Will Ferrell. It's a wooden gun. You're gonna hurt someone with a wooden gun.
Yeah, hits him with it. Yeah,
hits him right in the fucking nose.
And I told him, he said it, so I hit him with it. And then what am I gonna do? You've called me on it. Now I've got to prove a point.
He provoked me.
Yeah, it's called. He came at me aggressively, is what it's called.
That's great, dude.
That was the place that I worked at. That the owner sold it to a new owner and didn't tell me, and I was the district manager. I was running the place.
Oh God, yeah.
So they didn't tell me. This guy wants to make a bunch of changes. I didn't like the guy. He didn't like me. So he said something to me one day, and so I hit him a couple of times. And then I locked him in his office because he said he was going to call the cops. Took his phone and I locked him in his office. And I said, "If you come out of there and you're going to call the cops, I have to kill you." So he said, I got to look at my head. And I came out and I took him to the bathroom. I stood outside the bathroom and I had split his head open. They started calling me Voldemort after that because it looked like he had to split his head open like Harry Potter.
You gave him a little lightning bolt.
Yeah. And he said, "Okay, I'm not going to call the cops." Then he left for the day. Obviously, they fired me
obviously
quite thoroughly. But the people, so it was on camera and everybody got to watch it. Me beat up the new owner. So he had no respect from any of the staff because you got beat up on film and then locked in your office. What are you going to do? I took your phone and locked you in the office. What are you going to do? People can't respect you after that.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Dude, well, I gotta say this. I mean, I think I already mentioned on this episode, but I fucking just came back from a little mini vacation of seeing Nick Cave twice. Two nights in a row for the North American Carnage tour. And I gotta say, dude, I feel fucking amazing after seeing that.
Tell the folks how it was. Tell the folks how it was.
Dude. So I gotta say, the fucking first night, there was a certain magic there that was only like, specific to that night, because it was a seethe event, right? It was at the Shrine Theater, but I think it was during when he started playing Hand of God. My girlfriend, she always does this. She always gets us to move forward and get close to the stage. She's always the one that leads us there because she's fucking badass.
She's a scavenger. She's a scavenger for open area.
Oh yeah, she knows. So yeah, we went and we got a fucking great spot right in the front, like almost in the front, not the railings, but we were there in the front, super close to the stage, and we were there the rest of the fucking night, dude. So there for like another hour, just super close to Nick.
You said Nick spit in your mouth.
Yes, he spit in my mouth. That was wonderful. And he does spit a lot. He spits on stage a lot. Yeah, he just fucking spits right on the floor. He's a slobberer. Yeah. That's
what the mustache was for.
Yeah, it was catching all of that at the time. Yeah. But yeah, dude, no, honestly, I feel because especially because so many shows are happening now, people are going on tour. It's a lot safer now. For sure, anybody who's been putting it off to go to shows or anything like that, if you feel like you're up to it, man, go go out to one. You'll feel amazing and feel rejuvenated after. And I highly recommend it.
You look better than last time I saw you.
Oh yeah, dude. It's a whole different thing now. It's giving me the kick in the ass I need to move forward with everything I need to do right now. So
Well, I'm proud of you,
nice.
except for to do your fucking podcast.
Yeah, dude, I had to suffer well, dude. I had to, suffer well and come back, and now we can fucking get back at it, buddy.
We haven't recorded for a month and a half.
I genuinely missed you. It's been a while.
I missed you as well.
These people won't know because of how we've been releasing. So,
by the glory of me having the good idea to do it bi-weekly, they'll never know.
And I was foolishly recommending, like, let's just
get this stuff out weekly. I said, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, that was about to bite me in the ass, wasn't it?
We don't have the content. Yeah.
No, but yeah, dude, no, I missed you, buddy, and so I'm glad that we're doing this again. I'm glad that we're back and stronger than before, and we're cool, man. I'm looking forward to our next
we look
topic.
better, we feel better.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna end it there, I think.
All right, sounds good, man.
I'll see everybody in 2 weeks where we talk about actors we'd like to see in David Lynch projects.
And three that we want to see return.
3 we'd like to see return. 2 of them I know exactly two. 2 of them are easily.
Okay,
2.
for sure.
I think you're gonna have the same 2, at least the same 2.
Is this do they have to be alive, right? Of course it has to be live. Yeah, let's go live, right? To make it more
just realistic. Live. Yeah, let's do just
to make it more like probable.
Narrow down the scope.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, that should be fun then.
All right, everybody.
All right, take care, everybody.